Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity Church of Sun Lakes. I'm Reverend Jeanne MacLaughlin, and it's so lovely to see all of these faces here this morning. Some new, some old, and well, I didn't mean that old. And then we had a lovely ceremony yesterday celebrating the life of our dear Lois below. And many of you were there. It was so wonderful. And have a beautiful lady that would like to share a little bit of what her experience was yesterday. Reverend Juliet Bristow.
Well, as many of you know, that I see the dearly departed, and I make the communication with them also. And so, so yesterday, just as when the service started, I saw Lois, and she came in, of course, in spirit. She came, and she went around to everybody, shaking their hand and thanking them for being there. And then she introduced it. She says, "I want you to meet my grandson," and her grandson is the one that took her into the light when she did pass. And she said, "He's my helper now." And I wanted to share that with you because it brought teary eyes to me. But it was not so much for sadness, but for love. Because when spirit comes close, you can feel that love. So that's what, and I wanted to share it. Okay. Thank you.
And our musician this morning is the lovely Diana Perez. Let's welcome her.
Well, welcome everybody. It's so nice to see so many people here. This is just great. I'm going to start with a great tune. It is a great day today, as always, and the temperature's finally starting to come down a little bit, thank goodness. Anyway, and if you know the song, sing it with me. I know some of you probably know it. It's called this old Peggy Lee tune, It's a Good Day. It's a good day for singing a song. It's a good day for moving along. It's a good day, happening in your wrong. It's a good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day for shining your shoes. Yes, it's a good day for losing yours. Anything you gain, there's nothing to lose. It's a good day from morning till night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun, rise and shine to the day. You know you get it going, you're gonna make a show. I know you got the right away. Good day for paying your bills, yes, it's a good day. Doing your ills, take a deep breath, throw away the pills. It's a good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day from morning till night. Love it. Thank you. Do we have any newcomers today? I don't think so.
Well, Frank hasn't been here for a while.
Excuse me, Frank.
Yes.
Would you care to introduce yourselves? Yourself?
My name is Frank Adsel, and I'm sitting between my lovely sister Helen and my mother, Bee. I'm from Falls Village, Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut. You're
Yeah.
from out of town.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, we have a welcoming statement that we say to each other and all of our newcomers. So we'll say this together. We love you, we bless you, and we welcome you.
Thank you.
Next question. Do we have any birthdays in October?
You know, Ernie, her birthday was yesterday.
Oh.
So she couldn't come to the service, but I think, what is she, 90?
98.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
No other birthdays but Ernie's in October? Okay.
Lois was.
Lois was in October as well.
October 20th.
And Margaret.
And Margaret is,
94.
September.
she was September. Well, let's sing happy birthday to them, huh? Why not? Happy birthday to you.
There's no one like you, uniquely created. I love knowing you. I bless you with life and abundance galore. God bless you, my loved ones, and have many more. Birthday girl.
Yeah.
And now it is time for the daily word. Will be read this morning by Reverend Kate Turner.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Today's word is faith. With the assurance of faith, I move ahead with confidence. Faith is my guiding light. It keeps me hopeful when I'm tempted to doubt, and cheerful when I might otherwise feel gloomy. Faith tells me that even when the skies appear cloudy, the sun is still shining brightly above the clouds. Faith gives me a secure footing in the present as I plan for the future. Faith is the assurance that I am never alone, that everything that I dream and do is divinely inspired. Every step I take in the direction of my aspirations is fueled by faith that they can come to pass. All of the wisdom, power, love, and strength of God are mine to express as only I can. Leaving timidity and hesitancy behind, I use these divine attributes boldly and with confidence. Faith shows me the way forward. And our scripture reading is from Hebrews 11, verse 1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen.
And let's have our opening prayer this morning led by Reverend Maria Blanding.
Oh, let's just leave right now the outer world and begin to focus on the inner. That place that we can go where we are always loved and protected. That place where we are united and one with God. Where we can feel that blessed presence just filling us with such joy and such love. And so as we exist in this inner world for a while today, we're going to focus on all the things God is. That love, that beauty, that everything in the world. God is everything there is. Perfection, joy, happiness. How wonderful it is to know that we have the ability to focus on those things and place our focus there and begin to change the outer expressions we see and feel. We can do this if there is anything in our lives that we aren't happy with, someone we're worried about. We can take this moment and focus it in on all those beautiful things that God is, and know that we too are perfect expression, perfect beauty, perfect health, perfect wellness, perfect prosperity. And focusing on that more and more, we can change what we experience in the outer world. So just remember this. Remember to continue to focus whenever you feel a little bit off, a little bit worried about something in your life. Just know that that inner life that is you is there, expressing at all times, and focus just on the beauty of God. And so it is.
And now we will take a moment to have a centering song before we are led in meditation by Reverend Tony Corrigan.
Well, I just changed my song. That was so beautiful, what you just said, that I thought this song goes better with it. It's called What a Wonderful World. I see trees of green, roses too. See them bloom for me, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies so blue, clouds so white, my blessed day, dark sacred night. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces, people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? Really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. I learn much more. Thinking to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes. I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Wow, we're already pretty deep. So I would like to just take that a little further. Yesterday, I found a quote by John Lennon. I'd never seen this before, but he said, "Peace isn't something we wish for. Peace is something we do, something we are." And then I remembered Einstein's quote, "Imagination is greater than knowledge." So as we again continue that journey inward into that holy place of knowing, we can use our divine gift of imagination to see what Diana's saying of, to see the beauty, to see the holy, the peace, the oneness. And so I just invite you now to, in that quiet knowing, bring to mind a place, a situation that you would perhaps wish for peace. But we aren't going to wish for peace, we're going to see peace. See the beauty in each person. See the holy within them. Look beyond their pain and see the wholeness, the healing. It might be a country, it might be a person, it might be a family. In your situation that you are bringing into your imagination, look beyond the appearance See the presence of God right there, as it always is. See the light. See a smile instead of a pained expression. See people sitting down and working together. Whatever it is in the situation you have brought to your mind, look deeper. There is only one presence and one power. And we get to open our eyes to see that clearly and be a presence for peace in the world. Stay deep in your heart. Hear that message reverberating. I am a presence for peace. Right here, right now. I am a presence for peace. And so it is. And so we are. And we give thanks.
And so now let's recite the Lord's Prayer together. Heavenly Source, Thou who art everywhere, hallowed be Thy name, or Thy vibration. Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done, here, now, and forevermore. Fill us with the power of Thy mercy, and free us from the fritters with which we bind each other. Lead us out of temptation, free us from ourselves, and give us the strength to be at one with Thee. Teach us the true power of forgiveness. May this holy moment be the ground from which our future actions grow. Amen. Now we'll have another song. Okay. Surprise, surprise. That's okay. Sing this with me, please, if you'd like to.
Day by day, day by day, oh dear Lord, refuse I pray to see Thee more clearly.
we said, instead of follow thee more nearly, we said, seize the day more clearly. Clearly, the presence is in this place within each and every one of us. And I always like to believe that the presence is in those flowers as well. So thank you for bringing the flowers today, Eli. I appreciate you. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So today's lesson is called Blessed to Become and Transform, or Trust to Transform. So the concept of cause and effect is fundamental to New Thought teachings. So this month, we will reflect upon a state of consciousness that can be the invisible cause to bring about the visible effect, the visible effects that we want in our lives. So remember that life does not happen to us, but what? Life happens through us, yes. So we are on the same page. What do I mean by a state of consciousness? It can be, it's a combination of our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, known or unknown, our attitudes, known or unknown, our values that we know about ourselves, and values that we don't know about ourselves, and our actions. And then the 4 states of consciousness that we will explore this month. Blessing. So think about that. That's a state of consciousness. I'm going to bless everything. Trusting. It's another state to intentionally choose. I'm going to trust things. That's the state I'm going to operate life from. And then there's surrendering. And then there's feeling. Feel through my day to day. So this morning, I'm going to prepare the way for our consciousness, our expansion of life, our forward movement into a greater degree of livingness, with a few words about blessing to become. So blessing, which is our invisible cause, or state of consciousness, to become, which is the visible manifestation in the world. So, blessing to become, what does that really mean? Each of us is in the process of becoming that which we already are. Although this statement may seem paradoxical, it contains a deep spiritual truth. What are we really spiritually? We are expressions of God. Well, what does that mean? We're made in the image and likeness of God. So what does that mean? How many of you are paying attention to Tony's meditation? Or Maria's opening prayer this morning, or Kate's daily word? They all fell in complete alignment with what we're talking about today. So what is the image and likeness of God? Peace, faith, love, life, joy. All this is God. And we are made in that image. Abundance, dynamic, radiant vitality. That's who we are. But we don't always express these feelings. Of course not. We can't always express that way. We often express frustration and anger, worry, or resentment, or fear, judgment. And we can be quite petty at times. We could blame people. and blah, blah, blah. We can do all that stuff because we're human. But I posed to you this morning that the very act of blessing that which you believe has caused you frustration, or that about which you are angry, that over which you worry, that which you fear or resent, or that which you judge or blame, that for which you have petty feelings. The very act of blessing these outer things calls forth from you those spiritual truths. So when we bless a thing, or a person, an event, or a circumstance, particularly those things, events, persons, or circumstances which are not showing up in the world like we think they should, we call forth from within us the love, the peace, the joy, the abundance, wholeness, dynamic, radiant vitality that we already are. So, as we bless, particularly when we bless the different things, we become. And I want to be really clear. It does not call us to a deeper level of love or peace or wholeness when we bless others or situations that we are happy with. So I'm not saying not to do the things, not to bless the things that we're happy with. Yes, do that, absolutely. But I'm saying that it's not enough. If we want to become that which we are meant to be, that which we already are, we have to bless it all. The neat and the messy, the kind and the unkind, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've expressed to a few of you that this past few weeks I've had some struggles on my corporate job. Things have changed, it's gotten quite difficult, and I've been dragging my tail to work. And I work from home. So, as ministers know, whatever you choose to talk about, it shows up in your clearing. So this past week, I decided I'm going to bless my work. I'm going to bless my job, and I'm going to every day intend to go to work with the divine. I used to say that I work for the divine, and I get paid from the divine. But my dear friend Renee Morgan Brooks, we talked last week, and she said, "Oh my honey, you don't work for the divine. The divine works through you. The divine goes to work with you." And I'll tell you, that made a huge difference this week. I said, "Okay, God, let's go to work." And it really did. Grace happened, and things opened up for me this week. Oh, how usual. Yeah, Kira, she said that. So the daily devotional in the Science of Mind magazine applies to this. It was from Reverend Dr. Linda McNamara. We are designed to learn from unforeseen circumstances, but we must do the work in consciousness. That work does not require effort, just clear intention, release, and sometimes forgiveness. We are not defined by our previous experiences, but by our current circumstances. We are defined by what is within us. A poem written by Dr. James Mayfield called "The Face of Faith." It is the face of faith I see in every flower, in every tree. Although their shroud is winter's snow, calm, serene, their hearts beat slow. What faith! What dreams help them bear the sunless days with patience rare? I asked a rose, "Are you alive? The winter's long. Can you survive?" The rose spoke softly in my ear. "I live and know and have no fear. You've asked my secret, I'll confide. God with me lives deep inside." We are defined by what is within us. We bring that forth by blessing, looking at the face of faith and calling it the power of trust. More specifically, the power of trust to transform. The power of trust to transform that which seems to be hopeless into something filled with hope. The power of trust to transform that which seems to be so dark into that which is filled with light. The power of trust to transform that which seems to be dead into something quite vibrant and alive. Trust what you might ask. Trust the law. Trust God. Every flower and every tree trusts this principle implicitly. It is the principle that says even though something appears to die, it does not really. But it is the seeming death that allows something more wonderful to come forth. The last verse of the poem tells it all. "And have no fear. You've asked my secret. I'll confide. God with me lives deep inside." In order for us to be transformed into a higher vibrational being, the old has to appear to die. The caterpillar appears to die in order for a butterfly to be born. But the caterpillar doesn't die. It does, however, get reduced to a pile of goo, a big old blob of DNA inside the cocoon. And then it's transformed into the beauty of the butterfly. In order for us to be transformed into higher vibrational beings who are beneficial presences here on earth, the old has to seem to die. And in unity, we believe in death. Nothing really dies, but is reconstituted, if you will. And when we trust in this principle, then there's transformation. There is a transformation in us, and there's a transformation in our lives. So what would it look like if we trust in the law of God? So let's be specific. Trusting it means that if you know that if a job ends, it just means there's a better one waiting for you. Trusting it means that if you know if an illness strikes, there is a newness and a rebirthing, yearning to take place in you. Trusting it means that if you know if a loved one dies, there is still great love available to you. Trusting it even means that when you die, notice I didn't say if. You know that your life still flows on with the currents of eternity. And we can trust that whatever we are experiencing, we are very well. Thank you very much. Because God with me lives deep inside. And that out of whatever is going on, there is a rebirthing waiting to take place. A transformation ready to occur. And even a transcendence, a raising of your vibration. When my marriage was falling apart, it was a very, very dark time for me. But 4 years later, I became your minister. My whole world crumbled in front of me. 4 years later, look what happened. That would have never happened had my marriage not died. A part of me had to die to create something new. If you are in a period of darkness, be assured everything is happening in divine order. Let yourself off the hook. That means that you are not to expect your human self to, at all times, understand what's happening. Do not expect it to be perfect. Do not expect to always avoid tough moments. But do trust the process. Surrender yourself to your higher or inner self. And know that a transformation is ready to occur. Trust the experience. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe wrote, "To be a traveler on this earth, you must know how to die and come to life again." Trust, like Jesus, you will rise to a transcendent way of being. And as you are lifted up, others are lifted up. So a blessing symbolizes our recognition that the human is immersed in the divine. And that we are all truly one. We are one in God, and that we live in the all-embracing circle of divine love. And we recognize that each one of us come forth from God. That each of us is a divine creation, and that this wholeness is the very being, the very life, the very essence of you. Truly, you are made in God's image. From this moment forward, I invite you to commit to allowing God to express itself fully and freely through you by your choice to align yourself with the divine principles of peace, happiness, and abundance. So our affirmation today is a bit long, but I do have a slide here that we can say this together. The Spirit within me makes all things new. Every negative thought or condition is now erased from my experience. I am aware of my union with good. I am conscious of my oneness with life. I expect more prosperity, more happiness, more harmony than ever before. I walk in the joy of ever-increasing good. So now it is time for our offering. For many of you, it is something that we choose to do online. And so we can, if that's the case, then we can put our hand on our heart and we bless our offerings that we do today or during the month, where we choose to put God first, where we choose to put our energy to God, knowing that what we give, we receive in kind. And so we say our offering blessing together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am so blessed. Thank you, God. And now we will sing Karen Drucker's song, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And so we bless this offering. We give thanks for these many blessings of today and know they are a symbol of the inexhaustible substance of the universe. We give thanks that 10 times this much is now on its way to me and quickly manifests in perfect ways. Thank you, God.
Jeannie, can
Yes.
I just say something?
Yes.
At our service yesterday, there were gifts in memory of Lois, May, and the family. Some of them were in cash to the family, and the family released those to our church, as well as we had a check from one of the people directly for our church. So Lois contributed over $200 to our church.
Thank you, Lois.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Lois.
Sharing that.
Wow. Okay, so we have our prayer partner today is Barb Castro. So she'll be in the back over here after church. And don't forget, we have a prayer box over there on the table that if you would like to submit some prayers, they will be sent up to Silent Unity and prayed for 30 days. Let's see, we also, next Sunday is our board meeting. If anyone wants to attend the board meeting, you're more than welcome to come. We make decisions in the board meeting on who we're going to tithe to, so if anyone has any suggestions on who you'd like tithing to, please let us know. Our musician next week is Cheryl Thurston. We enjoyed our membership classes. We had so much fun doing that, so we've decided to continue to do that once a month. Maybe we'll do more if there's interest, but our next class will be on November 7th after the service. Our prayer team. Okay. Our prayer team meeting is every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and Reverend Julia Norton can hook you up if you have not plugged into that. It's a very great group of people and it's a very powerful group.
I would really like to encourage more people to come to our prayer group. It's it's small and it's powerful and wonderful, but I feel like it would be wonderful if more people would and be able to come. It's 10 a.m. on Zoom, and Julia has how you can get on. We'd love to have you.
Thank you. And then we have the Reiki group meets on Tuesdays at 9:30, and Betty can hook you up if you would like to be. I think they are now meeting in person and on Zoom, so there's lots of options. And we have a volunteer opportunity on December 12th to represent Unity of Sun Lakes. We're going to go downtown Phoenix to the Andre House and feed the homeless. We prepare a meal. You can sit down the whole time you're working at a table, and then when it's time to serve, we could find ways, if you're concerned about being on your feet too much, there are ways that we can serve the homeless. It's a beautiful experience. So we have room for 5 more people.
Is that a Sunday or Sunday?
It's a Sunday. It's from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
What date was that?
12/12.
12/12.
Does anyone else have any other announcements?
Isn't it though?
Huh? Okay.
I actually do.
Julia?
First off, we want to thank Mark for being here every Sunday. Taking care of all his stuff. But he did mention to me that he and his wife may want to go somewhere, so that might leave us in a lurch. And I myself am busy now with something else going on. So if any of you know anybody that would like to come and help do this portion of our service, please contact Reverend Jeanne, myself, the board, whatever.
Jonathan is not available.
He's here and he's not, so we would like to really have somebody responsible to be able to come in and help Mark out and, take care of this. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's stand and say the power for protection, the prayer for protection, and then we'll have one more beautiful song. Thank you, Diane, for joining us today.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you
beautiful.
for having me.
Appreciate it. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hallelujah. And all stand up, keep standing, and clap and sing and do whatever you want to with this song, because it's that type of tune. It's called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands.